What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Harrison, and today we are going to go over the latest Zelda trailer. We're going to kind of slow it down, analyze it a little bit, and just kind of give my thoughts on the trailer because it is one of the greatest trailers I've seen of all time. It is truly amazing. I was already hyped up for Zelda, and it's just turned on the hype level. I know across the internet, people were just kind of on the edge with this game. A lot of people just kept calling it DLC, and I never got that vibe from this game. I mean, it took them 6 years to even make it, so there's no way that it's just DLC. So I think this latest trailer kind of put an end to the naysayers. It kind of shut everybody up that was kind of down on Zelda, because across the board, I mean, people have been blown away by this trailer. And yeah, it's the final one. I'm sure we'll get like some maybe little overview trailers and stuff like that, but this is really the final look that we were going to get before, you know, preview copies and stuff like that go out. So yeah, let's dive into the latest trailer. I'm gonna go ahead and get it pulled up here. All right, so again, I'm gonna be pausing it a lot and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, just looking here, the DLC comment that I've seen is just kind of crazy at this point. I mean, there's so much just in the sky that we can explore, and yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Here's a better look, and look how much. As my dog walks in, look how big this area right here is alone. So there's just gonna be so much kind of platforming that we can do across these I don't know what to call them, sky islands. And I don't know, I've kind of thought of a theory that if you guys remember that game, Grow Home, and I know it's kind of a long shot, but in that game you spend the entire time going up. You're trying to go up and get back to, I think, your ship or something like that. What if that's the case in this game? What if, you know, there's something like Skyloft or something like that you're trying to get to? Obviously, you know, the Skyward Sword was the beginning of the timeline. So yeah, what if, because we're assuming that these are all parts of Hyrule that have ascended, right? And that's pretty much been confirmed. So maybe there's a certain point where you can, I don't know, upgrade your new abilities, your new create Ultra Hand abilities, and create something that can last long enough to get you to Skyloft or something like that. I think that could be really interesting, because Nintendo has also confirmed. Let's go to the website here. That Link begins his journey on one of the mysterious floating islands that have suddenly appeared in the skies above Hyrule. So again, we don't know. I guess we don't know for sure if this is actually pieces of Hyrule or not, with kind of that description. It's there. Our hero will begin to gain new abilities before returning to the surface world to begin his new adventure. So kind of like the Great Plateau in Zelda, I kind of figured that we would get something like that again, like a training area. So we'll probably get all of these abilities relatively quickly in the game, and then use those to, I don't know, get back to the surface or whatever the case is. Maybe you have to. I'm not quite sure how it'll be done, but that's really cool that they just confirmed. And then the sky isn't the only thing that's changed in Hyrule. Familiar locations have been dramatically transformed with new towns, dank caves. Oh, that's supposed to be dark caves. I don't know. A mysterious gaping chasms spring up across the world, all waiting to explore. So I guess that's where we assume that when these floating islands came from Hyrule, it created these huge openings in Hyrule that we can now go down and explore. And then it just talks about all the new buildings and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I'm just ready for this game. It's just going to be crazy, just doing all the traversal and stuff like that. So let's continue on with the trailer here. And the music is just so good. And so we got the little Zonai creatures down here. We don't know if they are necessarily bad. I know we do in the latest presentation we got. Link was fighting them, but we don't know if they're just outright evil. Did you see him chopping? This could be a dungeon right there. Let's go back a little bit. Yeah, that could absolutely be a start of a dungeon right there. It does look like a dungeon. That's pretty cool though. It's got some stuff on the side here. I don't know. That doesn't look like a ladder, a ladder or anything. Oh, let's bring it back just a little bit. There's more floating stuff. All right, so what was, let's see. Oh, that's too far back. Okay. Got some hieroglyphs over here, a bunch of hieroglyphs. Not quite sure what that is. It looks like... And see, we don't know. I mean, this is obviously there's towns, so it hasn't been completely destroyed. We also don't know how long it's been, right? After, because we'll get to it here later on in the trailer. But when Zelda falls, we assume that's the very beginning of the game. Ganondorf comes back, does his thing, and Link wakes up on one of the floating islands. We don't know how long it's been. Has it been a couple months? Has it been years? Has it been days? We don't know. So there could be towns, flourishing, or even been created in that time. We just have no idea what the time is, because we've got the destroyed Hyrule Town right here. Looks like the castle town. Let's go back a little bit just to show off the town again. Yeah, so looks like the destroyed Hyrule Castle town. You got, the camps and stuff like that for people. So we just don't know what the time is. Got Link walking in there right there. And this, like, what we don't know exactly what this is. This is the same kind of stuff that was in the very first trailer we got for Zelda. It could be a fast point travel, like a waypoint or something like that, where you could just fast travel to it. It could be some sort of like warping mechanic where you get in there and it warps you up to the sky at some point in the sky. We just don't know. I don't think that's been confirmed yet. Let's see, what is that? This up here, it's like I'm not gonna say a tornado, because it looks like that may be Death Mountain. I'm probably wrong about that. It just kind of looks like it a little bit. But then you have this kind of swirling clouds up in the sky. We just don't know what that could possibly be. Could that be Skyloft? I mean, we just don't know. So we're assuming this is probably like the very beginning of the game, right? All the townspeople are looking, and this right here, it looks a lot like Demise, don't you think? And he is the kind of the ultimate evil behind everything. So yeah, I think that's definitely Demise for sure. See, now we're underground. It's definitely not a dungeon, but it's some sort of like underground structure or something like that. Pretty awesome. And then floating. This blew me away. I had no idea what this was. Like, there's just gonna be some really cool, I think, platforming in the game. Yeah, it looks super cool. Got laser beams. And that's really cool, like the whole, me sitting there twirling. We got like a big battle going on. And it's really cool because you got like, looks like you've got normal folk, you know, you've got just got the townspeople. So I think that's really cool that they get the townspeople involved, like in the fight. Like that's, I don't know, we don't see a ton of that in Zelda. We don't see like the townsfolk doing stuff. So for them to be actually fighting, you know, things are probably pretty bad. So that's really, really interesting. So we don't know, could be some sort of big bad that we fight throughout the game. We don't actually know. Looks really cool though. And see, a lot of people speculated, because this is like the golem that was showed off in one of the trailers. Maybe this is like a friend, like something you can create yourself. That would be really cool. It does look like an enemy though, but this looks like a dungeon for sure, right?
Zelda, we rely on your knight and that legendary sword he carries. Our last line of defense will be Link.
So we don't see his face, but we're assuming that this is the king, right? King of Hyrule that's already died. So let's go back just a little bit. I'll continue my thought on the king here in a second. Again, this game is just going to be, it's going to be massive, man. I can't get over how big this world is going to be. Yeah, so here's fighting Zonai creatures. And then some people were talking, I don't think it's true, because I think if co-op was in the game, you know, I think Nintendo would have definitely made it a point to let us know about that. Because I think on like the I think I did a video on it not too long ago, but on the box art for the it was back then, it was the leaked Zelda OLED model, but it had mentioned multiplayer on there, and we didn't know if that was correct or true. You know, we just don't know. But I think co-op or multiplayer, they would have definitely shown it off by now, right? So it looks like maybe, I don't know, maybe some point of the game you're trying to, I don't know if we're gonna be building villages per se, but maybe you're gonna go out and do side quests for refugees and maybe get them to, you know, a safe place. I think that could be interesting. And then that's where you have all the people fighting the villagers before. That could be really cool. Our recall abilities is going to be so awesome. And this right here, this just absolutely blew my mind. Like, the craziness that we can do in this game is going to be just insane. And it kind of contributes to my theory about trying to reach higher and higher places, right? You know, you eventually get to build technology that's like a rocket versus, you know, just like a fly, like a hovercraft or something like that. And this, a lot of people, I was noticing this cool jumping mechanic. Maybe the higher we get in the sky, because obviously, you know, the higher you get in, you know, real life, you know, gravity starts to kind of dissipate. We kind of start to lose gravity. So maybe the higher you get, the less gravity there is. I think that could be really interesting, or it's just a cool jump mechanic. I don't know. Maybe these platforms have some sort of like anti-gravity that allows you to put like jump a little bit further. So that could be the case. But we'll see. I think that could be cool though. Like the higher you get, the less gravity there is. straight up stolen out of Resident Evil 4. What is going on, Nintendo? I'm just kidding. Just insane. And this right here, I was hoping with all the flying mechanics and stuff like that, I was hoping that we were going to get some sort of like epic flying boss fight. And it's weird, like we don't know if this is kind of looks like a wormhole, right? Like they're clearly in the sky, but it looks like it's coming out of some sort of like portal or something like that. So who knows what that is?
I know why I am here. It's something only I can do.
The bean.
Do not look away. You witness a king's revival and the birth of his new world.
So awesome. As someone who's just recently watched through the entire or gotten caught up on Attack on Titan, and Levi is like the coolest character on the show, and that's voiced by Matt Mercer, which was confirmed the other day that he is the voice actor behind Ganondorf, which I kind of thought whenever we got the first appearance of Ganondorf and his voice, we assumed that it was his voice. It did sound an awful lot like Matt Mercer, so it's really cool that we got that confirmed, because that's going to be awesome to hear in the game. It already sounds incredible.
Pig, let's go!
And then we assume that this is Hylia, right? I don't know if it's going to be Zelda. Although you've got the same earrings on and stuff like that, but I think it's probably Hylia, right? The first, the goddess Hylia. I think it's probably her. And I guess we got new champions and stuff like that. So again, you're fighting alongside these champions. So I mean, but would a co-op player take over as the champion? I don't think the co-op thing is actually like real. I think they're just going to be fighting alongside of you, which is still really cool.
Link. You are our final
So
hope.
cool.
Link. You must find me.
And see, this looks like this little platform here looks like the one platform that was like outside of that dungeon. You've got the parts right here, and you got the center like pedestal. Like if we go back all the way, I think it was right here. Yeah, see, that looks like it's the same, right? See, that one's... Let's go back. It was right here.
Link.
No, it's different. It looks like it's a little bit, yeah, it looks like it's a little bit different, but it's the same kind of like style. So that's interesting. A lot of people are theorizing, because she says you have to find me, that maybe Zelda is somehow lost in time, which, I've seen time travel theories. I've seen, I thought that maybe timelines could collide at some point. I think that could be really cool. I just don't know. There's just so much we still don't know about the game. Story-wise, which is fine. I'm happy with what we've got, and I think it's enough to get everyone hyped up and ready to go. But yeah, maybe Zelda somehow, and again with going back to the king, maybe she got trapped in the past or something like that, where the king is still alive. Maybe she got thrown back 100 years or something like that, you know? Who knows?
You must find me.
Just absolute craziness. That trailer was insane. The voice acting sounds amazing. Obviously, Matt Mercer is going to kill it as Ganondorf. I'm ready. I was sold day one since we first got the trailer. You know, the DLC thing never even crossed my mind. You know, it's been 6 years since the original came out. So I think this is a shoe-in for Game of the Year. I know we still got a lot of stuff. You know, Starfield's supposed to be coming out. You know, Spider-Man 2 I really want to play, and then whatever else, you know, comes out that we maybe don't know about. But yeah, this is going to be absolutely one of those contenders for Game of the Year, and we haven't even played it yet. It just looks that good. It could even be, you know, obviously Breath of the Wild, one of the greatest games of all time. You know, this has the potential with all the creativity that's in the game, the exploration. You know, this has the chance to even beat that, which is a crazy thing to think about. But yeah, so I'm absolutely excited. We're now less than a month away from this game. Yeah, it's gonna be incredible. Hope you guys enjoyed this pseudo breakdown. I know there's other videos out there, other channels that are diving even more in depth to the analysis. So definitely go check those out. But yeah, in the comments below, let me know your theories. Anything that I thought of, you know, you guys agree or disagree. And yeah, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Consider subscribing to the channel. I'll let YouTube algorithm pick one of my videos below for you guys to watch. Give it a click, and I hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.